Welcome to Washington in Focus. I'm Brett Davis. Joining me today is the Center Square's Eastern Washington reporter, Timothy Schumann. You recently authored a piece with the headline, Next Phase of $133 million Airport Noise Canceling Project Approved by Seattle Port Commission. So your story is about what's called the Sound Insulation Program that began in 1985 and has provided sound deadening insulation to more than 9,400 single-family homes and 5 condos in the vicinity of the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, known as SeaTac. Can you tell us more about the program and what's happening with it now?
Yeah, so the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport is actually run by the Port of Seattle. And recently, the Port of Seattle commissioners approved a project constituting $0 in additional funding for a $133 million project to continue this sound deadening and insulation project for homes, businesses, schools, churches, basically any building in the flight path of the airport.
So this brings up the obvious question, where does the money come from then?
So the proposal lists roughly a 80-20 split of funding, with 80% of it coming from federal airport improvement grants and 20% of it actually coming from the airport's revenues itself.
I see now. Can you tell us a little bit about this technology? What exactly do they do? I was actually unfamiliar with this. I didn't really thought about it a whole lot because I don't live near an airport, but I suppose if I did, I might give it some more thought. How does this work exactly?
Well, so the majority of the sound transmission is actually through windows and doors. So the bulk of the project is better air sealing through such things like higher efficiency windows that actually improve your R value of insulation, as well as like triple pane or windows that are air gapped or have argon in them that is very, very low pressure so that it transmits less energy through the panes of the window when the sound waves hit it.
Science. Who knew? How long does this project go on for?
The project found its inception in 1985, as you said, and is expected to last through 2026. The really amazing part about this project is the fact that there is zero additional taxpayer burden to any of the locals within the region. And that's kind of a cool thing that they're doing because it's making the distribution of the funds a lot more fair, because only a certain narrow strip within the flight path of the landing and takeoff runways of the airport actually qualify for this sound deadening material. It would be kind of unfair to impose an undue tax burden on people who are outside that region that aren't benefiting from it. So they found a way to do it without a new tax burden.
It sounds like this project is, you'll pardon the pun, making a lot of noise.
That's one way to put it, Brett.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
The condo unit you listed is actually 5 buildings, totaling somewhere between 350 and 400 units, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wow. So exactly how much money is being spent on this particular phase, or this most latest phase of the project? Do you have numbers on that?
I believe it's somewhere around like $26 million, but I don't have that in front of me, actually.
Okay. Well, it looks like this will be an ongoing project that you'll probably report on in the future as it continues.
Yeah, the Port of Seattle and the airport commissioners basically said that they're going to continue to apply for these FAA grants. They noted that the FAA grants are not guaranteed into the future, that it could change or they could be pulled at any point. But they're committed to finishing out the rest of the project and basically getting every home that is within the boundary region of this, high noise area properly insulated so that, people aren't suffering sleepless nights.
Right. All right. Well, thanks so much for keeping us up to date on this. Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. For Timothy Schumann, this is Brett Davis. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.